after we hear from our next guest. Now, our next guest, she's a fantastic athlete. She plays goalball and she's currently studying at Staff's uni and she's targeting a place at Tokyo Paralympics. That is Lois Turner from Mia Park. She's partially sighted and plays a team sport which has been at the Games for the last 40 years. Now, elite sport has been able to carry on through lockdown too, which means Lois is continuing to train as she tries to make it to Tokyo, and she joins us this evening. Hi, Lois.
Hiya, thank you very much for having me.
Not a problem. Thank you for joining us, because I am fascinated by goalball. I have tried to play it myself, and I was pants, to be honest with you. So will you just explain what goalball is, please, for anyone that hasn't yet seen it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you hear any noises, apologies, it's my guide dog Buster. So goalball is a Paralympic sport, predominantly for visually impaired people. However, at kind of a lower level, we really welcome kind of sighted players to kind of learn lots of different skills and get involved in the sport and play as well. But the aim of the game is to stop a ball from going in your goal. It's two teams facing opposite each other on a court, which is the same width and length as a volleyball court, so 9 meters by 18. And you're using your senses only, as you're completely blindfolded, to stop the ball from going in the goal. The ball's bowled underarm, kind of like a 10-pin bowling ball. And yeah, you just basically put your body on the line, and stop the ball from going in the goal, using lots of forms of communication, trying to not give it away to the opposition, using stuff like orientation, through tactile markings on the floor to orientate yourself and work out where you are.
I mean, it is just such an incredible sport. You don't realise until you're doing it how well. I just found how weak my hearing was, because to hear that bell, I had no idea where that was, and I was, I was just jumping all over the place. But I mean, when you say goal in terms of at the bottom of the court, people might sort of picture a football goal, but it's far longer, isn't it? It covers literally the width of the court, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it is a 9 meter long goal. And I mean, I'm 5'8", and I can't remember the exact height off my heart, but it is below my shoulder height. So it's still got quite a height on it, really. And yeah, it takes a lot of power, and a lot of listening skills to be able to stop that ball from going in the goal, because it is
Yeah.
bowled at quite a pace as well. It's not exactly a slow game.
No, not at all. I mean, to be honest, I play football, but I think I'd still struggle to put it between the sticks, even in a 9 meter goal. But yeah, it travels so quickly. I mean, it really is a great sport, and I think it's a sport that it's important that we do in schools as well, to just give people a flavour of different sports that are out there too, and certainly Paralympic sports that they just won't see. Unless there's a Paralympics going on. And, I think it's so important to open people's, views of what sports there are out there.
Yeah, 100%. And it's definitely a skill that, even like you said, in schools, that kids can learn so many different skills from. Kind of just in communication, kind of different stuff that you kind of take advantage for when you're not disabled, and being visually impaired does have its own challenges, but kind of experiencing that on a safe environment is quite nice to be able to learn different skills from it.
Definitely. So, in terms of coming back to you, how are your preparations going for next year?
Well, obviously we've had quite a few challenges recently, and I mean I'm still training at my gym in my university, so I'm very lucky for that, because I'm part of the staff's university sports scholarship scheme. However, a lot of the other girls, we're all still full time in what else we do, whether it's education or work. So I'm still able to access a gym. However, a lot of the other girls aren't. But we're all communicating really well to do lots of different home workouts, get out running if we can, stuff like that. So we're doing as much training as we can in regards to that, on top of our normal work and stuff, obviously. but then training as a team has been very reduced since February. We've only managed to have one team training session because of the situation. But we've taken advantage of the situation and tried to kind of work together in other ways virtually, and just keep up our training. Really, that's been the main thing. But I can still see us like aiming. We're still aiming for that Tokyo place, and just got to keep working that in, no matter what comes in the way. Now I think we're a little bit more used to it. At least now it's not such a shock to the system.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think this second sort of lockdown, we're a little bit more prepared for. But it's still so tough. Like say, only training once as a team since February when you've got such a huge competition coming up in the next 12 months. I mean, you must have had a few times where you were thinking, it's gone. There's not a chance we'll be ready. But obviously that mindset switched and you seem really confident in that now. Are your teammates feeling the same way? Are they all confident that you can get to Tokyo?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, obviously, we've been disadvantaged in the fact that goalball is a very specific sport. We need tactile markings on a sports hall. We need a quiet sports hall. We need a good bouncy floor and stuff like that. So it's not like we can just train in our back garden, especially being visually impaired with the ball. We need three players to be playing on our team. So obviously that's hard, but I think when you think about it, it's another year of training, another year of kind of really working at it. I think it's been disappointing. Obviously, that kind of we felt like we were pretty much ready. We were working, training loads, but it's just another year of training, and like we're just going to make sure there's nothing that stops us from doing that training as much as we can.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a great attitude to have with that, and you're absolutely right. It is extra time. It is extra time you can be putting that work in. Maybe not together, but it sounds like you've all adapted really well to that. I mean, what would you say the biggest challenge has been for you as a group of players over this year?
Yeah, probably the lack of training time together and the lack of training on court. Not being able to do that safely, and the staff team have had to work really hard to get the procedures into place so that we could get together as a team to do that one training session that we did do. So we're really lucky for that, but obviously ideally we would like to have had more to be on that court, because it's like tuning them ears in again, really, as well.
Yeah, I can well imagine. Well, Lois, thank you so much for coming on, and honestly, I wish you so much luck making it to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
No problem at all. The fantastic Lois Turner there from Mere Park, who's hoping to represent Team GB in Tokyo next year. Now, before we have a quick look at the roads, I'm just going to give you one more time to think through tonight.